April 14, 1912. The Titanic sailed smoothly across the Atlantic, but multiple warnings of icebergs ahead were received and ignored. Titanic wasn't just a ship, it was a floating palace. With grand staircases, luxurious dining halls, and state-of-the-art technology, it was believed to be unsinkable. But not all were equal aboard. The wealthy dined in luxury, while the third-class passengers, hopeful for a new life in America, traveled in modest quarters below. April 14, 1912. The Titanic sailed smoothly across the Atlantic, but multiple warnings of icebergs ahead were received and ignored. 11:40 p.m. A shadow loomed in the darkness. An iceberg, massive and deadly, directly in Titanic's path. "Hard to starboard," the crew shouted. The ship turned, but it was too late. A screeching sound filled the air as the iceberg tore through the side of Titanic, metal groaning under the pressure. To the passengers, the impact felt small. But below deck, seawater rushed in at an unstoppable rate. Titanic had been fatally wounded. Captain Smith and his officers assessed the damage. The unsinkable ship was sinking, and there weren't enough lifeboats. Panic began. "Women and children first," the order was given. But lifeboats were launched half full, and many refused to believe the ship was truly doomed. Amid the chaos, the ship's band played on. Their music echoed through the cold night, a final act of bravery as the ship tilted dangerously. 2:10 a.m. The Titanic's bow was fully submerged. The ship's back broke, sending a thunderous roar across the ocean. As the stern rose high into the sky, people held on desperately. Then, in a terrifying moment, the mighty Titanic disappeared beneath the waves forever. But the true nightmare had just begun. Hundreds found themselves in the freezing water, gasping for air. Within minutes, the cold claimed their lives, flamed. Only those in lifeboats had a chance, but some refused to go back for survivors, fearing they'd be swamped. Hours later, the RMS Carpathia arrived, but it was too late. Out of 2,024 passengers, only 706 survived. The world was in shock. How could the greatest ship ever built sink so easily? Investigations followed, and safety laws were forever changed. Today, Titanic rests at the bottom of the Atlantic, a haunting reminder of human ambition and the price of arrogance. Titanic wasn't just a ship, it was a lesson in hubris, in overconfidence, and in the power of nature over man. Even today, Titanic captivates the world. Its story isn't just about tragedy, it's about the people who lived, who loved, and who were lost. More than 110 years later, we still ask, could it have been avoided? And would we make the same mistakes again?